whether the client or the IT company can show this document as a legal proof or legal evidence. Okay. Now,
is it prepared after the project is received?
That's what I'm saying. So we are going to prepare SRS documentation, or we are going to do SRS document for new projects or implementation projects. That means if the project is new, that means that project is not at all existing in the IT industry, completely brand new. Okay, the process and the technology is completely new. Then we are going to prepare SRS documentation. Simple. That is, for implementation projects, we are going to prepare SRS documentation. Okay. That is, there are three types of projects. One is implementation project. Second one is enhancement and migration project. And third one is supporting projects. Okay. So we are going to prepare SRS documentation for implementing the project. That means new project. Okay. Now, what are the contents of this SRS document? So before going to contents, okay, let me explain the contents. So these are the contents of SRS document. The first one is introduction, second one is general description, and third one is specific requirement, and fourth one is analysis module, and fifth one is change management process, and sixth one is appendix. Now you people need to remember one thing. There is no standard format of preparing these documents. Okay, whatever the format you use, no one is going to object you, but you need to put the contents, and you can change the order of the content also. It doesn't matter, but whatever the document you are preparing, that document should be easily understandable by developers and testers and other stakeholders. So no matters how the format you are preparing, how the design and style of your document. Okay, so each and every business analyst is going to prepare in his own format, but they are going to ensure that the contents or the sections in that particular document are according to IEEE standards. Okay, for example, now I am keeping general description as second section. Some people are going to keep this general description as fifth, and they are going to bring this change management process as second. In this way, you can change the order, but the document should contain the sections that are described in the IEEE standard format. I am going to show you. Okay, before that, let me show this. Okay, this is IEEE standard 830. So these are the contents that a development document should contain. Okay, and it is not necessary that all these contents are there in your document. So from these contents, from these sections, what are the sections that are related to your project, you are going to keep that sections. Suppose in my introduction part, I don't have additional information, then I am not going to keep additional information. Okay, if I have anything extra, I am going to keep. And it does not matter that under introduction you need to cover only this. And some BAs are going to write this purpose and document conventions as separate sections. Here we are writing as a subsection. Okay, some BAs what they are going to do is introduction is a section 1 and purpose will be section 2 and document conventions will be section 3. In that way also you can write, but we are going to ensure that these contents are available in your document. Okay, now these are the 6 main important contents, and each and every section is going to have subsections. Okay. So in introduction section, we are going to explain about the complete overview of the project. Okay. That means what this project is all about, what made us to implement this project, before this, what kind of project the client was using, and what are the problems that are faced by the client in that project, and how this project is going to help the client to solve the problems that are faced by the old process. So everything overview, we are going to give overview about our project in introduction. And in introduction, we are going to have 5 subsections. The first one is purpose, second one is scope, third one is abbreviations or acronyms, and fourth one is references, and fifth one is overview. Okay, these are the 5 sections which are available under introduction main section. Now first one is purpose. So under purpose subsection, we are going to explain the purpose of this particular project. That means why we are implementing this project. What is the purpose of implementing this project? Okay. Suppose if we are implementing ATM application system, then we are going to write in the purpose subsection as the customer, in spite of going to banks, they can come to ATM centers to deposit or withdraw cash. Now scope. Under scope, under this section, we are going to mention what kind of deliverables we are delivering, what we are going to deliver. That means what we are going to provide with this project. So if you want, you can mention another subsection as out of scope. In out of scope, you can mention what you are not doing. For example, for ATM application system, in scope, we are going to specify that we are going to provide a system which helps you to deposit and withdraw cash from the ATM centers, okay, anywhere in the city. And out of scope is we are not going to implement online system or mobile app. This is out of scope. Or in case if you are developing the application only in English language, we will say that this project is developed only in English language. Out of scope is this project is not going to support to multi languages. That is scope. And next one is abbreviations. Abbreviations are nothing but here we are going to mention the list of abbreviations that we are using in the project. So we will prepare a list. So one side we will be writing the short form, that is the short form, and another side we will be writing as a what is the full form of that particular abbreviation. That means now if I say SRS, I will explain. SRS stands for Software Requirement Specifications, and UCD stands for Use Case Diagrams. LLD stands for Low Level Diagrams. HLD stands for High Level Diagrams. WBS stands for Work Breakdown Structure. ATM stands for Automatic Teller Machine. Okay, in this way we are going to specify the abbreviations. What all the abbreviations we are going to use in the project, those all abbreviations we are going to put at one place and we will explain the full form. The next one is reference. Under this subsection, if you are taking the reference of any particular thing, then we are going to specify that thing. For example, to implement this project, if you are taking some information from any book which is written by a famous author, then we will mention we have taken some information from so and so book written by so and so author. Or else if you have taken any information from Google by searching, then you will specify we have taken some information from google.com or if any other reference websites. So we have taken some information from so and so website. In this way, whatever the reference you take, you are going to mention in that. And final subsection is overview. So under this subsection, we are going to explain overall how this project is going to work and what is the mission of this project and what we need to achieve. So these all we are going to specify under overview. Okay. So these are the 5 sections that will be there in introduction part, that is introduction section. Now comes to general description. So this is another section where under this section